So I'm round with a calf feeder here now. It must taste good, so fantastic job. They're smashing calves there, aren't they? Good morning everybody. Welcome back to John S. Agri. It's been a while since I've been online. Been away on a cruise. If you haven't been on one, you had to get on one. Well, I've had a few things change since I was last speaking to you. The cows are... So you can see there's only 3 there and there's 1 round the back. So what that means is 2 of them were sold as fat cows there yesterday. Got on really well. About 260 something and 244 pence per kilo for them. So they're a nice fleshy. This big lad lying his length there. So this is their calves. You see there's 6 of them there, so there's hardly enough. That's a week they've been at that silage there and they actually haven't finished it off just yet, but I'll scrape that down to the cows today and then bring the calves in. Nice new stuff. I actually have a batch of wee calves coming today, so the cycle is starting and moving over now to the drop calves. And then I hope to be rearing a batch of those twice a year. So I think that cycle will work better for me, but we'll work it out through time. As you can see, I've got a brand new gate on here by Ivor Greg. She's swung to the girders there. And it's some job. You can see it hooks in here. You just lift her up over that wee latch. And the same at the bottom. So I can take calves out of that gate. I can bar it to there as well. So, you know, whatever I want, I can take out. If I only want to take out a couple, I can take them across rather than having to take them down the far end. So, it's a great job there. I really am impressed by it. So. It's nice and handy there, and everything is handier. Last year I just had a normal gate on and the calves wrecked it. Within a week or 2 they put their heads through it and the bar is just not built to last, but that one there is built to last, and you can see there's a wee step out of it here at the very, very bottom to allow it to swing around. So it works out quite nicely there. So those are nice weanlings there. I don't know how much they'll be worth, but going by the price of the fat cows, they'll be doing alright. So I weaned the cows by just putting, the calves at one side and the cows at the other. So there's not much flesh in that cow there. That's not a bad cow. There. She's a wee bit thin as well, but she's a big fleshy cow. So I think for purposes I'm gonna sell the rest of them this week coming. For the prices of old cows seems to be good at the minute, and with the prices good you might as well get rid of them. There's no point in me, I was wanting to keep them and meal them and put more flesh on them, but you'll be pumping meal into them and if all of these other calves come on, so I'll probably like to focus more on them and just pass the cows over. So I've only had to seal off 3 cubicles at that side and 4 at this year. So just to keep the cows. I like the cows lying in cubicles, you know, it keeps them content there. So I've got that going for them. I think so I'm gonna have a batch of calves up at that end always, and then I might put another gate on here. There. So that the batches of calves, they'll not need to lie up in the cubicles, so they'll just have the run of this here, so we'll split it up nicely for them. The calves are coming today. I need to get milk powder for something. They're still on milk, so I need to get milk powder for them. I have meal gathered up for them there, so I'll get that sorted for them, and then they'll be good to go. Hopefully no stress. Hasn't been too cold of a year so far. We seem to be getting on alright. There's a couple of windy nights there, but thankfully there was no damage done. There's been a bit of fencing done here. Just the 4-strand barbed wire to keep the cattle back, but it's good and tight there, so that's done for now. sweeped it back a wee bit and tidied up around it. So it looks like a good job there. We'll go over to the calf house here. Go over to the calf house here, and look, it's all set up for the calves coming. We've got pen here, good deep bed with hay and rushes. It's nearly more like hay there than rushes, but hopefully it'll do the job. So I'm round with the calf feeder here now, and you can see, because this wee green light's on, this calf's sucking away. So look, you see the pot emptying here. It'll get down near the bottom. So that's it, filling up there now. It weighs out the right amount. Scoop it. So on this screen here, as the thing settles, like hit that, it'll tell me how much each has consumed for each day. So it's just turned after 9 there, so all the calves are all entitled to a bit more, and that's why they're in there now. This left hand column here tells what percentage they've taken of today. There's a few have been in recently, and then that is what they drank yesterday. As you can see, they all drank yesterday. But look, they're all queuing up. They know it's that time to get their milk. So they're lovely wee Angus. That one there is out of a Fleckfy, so you can tell its back end's a bit bigger there compared to the rest of them, but they're all there, a couple of weeks old, and seem to be doing really well. This feeder is some job, hey. It wouldn't be without it. The hardest part's keeping it in powder. The bag of powder now is not cheap, but you need it to keep the calves going. I've got my feeding regime set up there on they're getting 140 grams per litre, so they're getting quite strong milk there. But if you can't put a frame on them at this age, then you're always playing catch up. So I think it's money well spent at this stage. This was a David Johnson. This came from David Johnson, so you can put 3 bags up there, so you can set her, and you hardly need to look near for a good while. And that's a wee pipe. Keep the pipe as short as possible, so when they're sucking the milk, it is nice, comes out there nice and warm. I don't have a proper place for the washings to go yet, so I take this in there, and then it dumps into the tank, and then I've got hypochlorite there, which washes it out. It's a first class job. Plumbed into the water. There's just a wee tap over there, an extension lead there. You can plug this thing into your kitchen, you know, to have a batch of calves in your kitchen. It works anywhere where there's a plug and a water supply, but it gives you great data there on the calves. This light is slowly flashing, so that means you know this calf's getting near the end of their drink, and then it'll start to flash fast there now, which will tell you there, it knows it's not much. Yeah, that's it. Feed's over. It'll fight there for a wee bit longer to get milk, but it'll not work. You see each one of them has a wee tag on their collar, so it's handy. This boy here is looking in, he's queuing up. He's going to try and push this all iron back. But I've 8 bulls and 4 heifers in there, so a nice batch of 12. So it's a good pen for it there. That's the calving pens, but I have hay at this side and the feeder at the other side, and then as they get older they can move over to this side of the house. Look, everybody's different. Since I've got it in, I have been a lot happier. It tells you which calf has drunk, how fast they're drinking, what day of the milk they're on, and you can, if there's a calf bigger, you can push it on a week. You can give it more milk if you want to keep it pushing on, or you can wean it off sooner. It'll build the milk up over a week, and at the end it'll wean them down whenever you know they start eating nuts. So it's fantastic. Also, there's one calf there was younger than the rest, and if it was on a big long truck, the chances of it getting a drink before the others had pushed in would have been quite slim, but it gets to take its time there, and thankfully it'll alarm you if something's a bit slow at drinking. Puts a wee alarm signal beside it, so you know, hey, better go look at that calf. and right enough it was a wee bit behind, but just left it and it came around itself. Just keep a close eye on them. But fantastic job. I'll show you a bit more about what data is on it. So there's the next calf in there. It's breakfast time, 9 o'clock breakfast time. Read up the milking and they're they're in for their breakfast. But look, if I click on this here, now it's hard to look at the camera. So that tells you how much they've consumed today. They're going to be, this calf's going to be in 7 litres in total. It's drinking about 98% speed. How many times? It's been in 7 times a day already. It was only in 17 times yesterday. So I'll go on to another now. There's a calf. Yesterday was in 40 times looking milk, but it'll only get 7 litres in total over a good, it have to be at least 3 or 4 visits, I believe. You can't just gorge 7 litres all at once. Tells you the speed there it was drinking, what feed day it's on as well. So today it's had 1.9 litres of its 7 litres. So it'll flag up any calf that's quite slow of drinking there. But there's no flag. Look at that calf there. So yesterday it was drinking 168% speed. It was absolutely guzzling it down. And that one was a wee bit slow at the very start. So it just shows you how they get onto it. But I haven't had to go to chase any calves in there. It has a wee alarm system, so if one of them is slow, but the break off there tells you, oh, you see yesterday it was drinking and then it just stopped halfway through its feed and walked away 12 times, so it was up to something, but again it's going fine there today. So that's all your data on it, the boiler temperature, when the plan's over, next cleaning, so it'll clean at 10 o'clock this morning. So I think that machine sells itself. Hey, you don't need a salesman for that. For unbelievable, it's just so efficient and handy there, especially when I'm away to work. Dad could check it, or the new ones now connect to the internet. I could look up the internet at work to see if all calves are drinking, and if you leave the hay in the water, you could look at them once a day. Oh, it's unreal, but you still need to keep a close eye on the wee calves just to make sure there's no cough or pneumonia there. I almost forgot to say, if any company wants to sponsor me some milk powder, hey, fire it my way. I'll review it for you. No, I'm using it at the minute, and it's the calves are flying on it. It smells good and must taste good, so it's doing my job. I'll show you a bit more about it later on, but I'd be interested if anybody else has one, or if they think it's a great job, or if it's a waste of money and electric. I stand with a bucket mixing milk, no thank you. That's some job. But anyway, thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed, learned a wee bit about calf feeders, and I'll show you how the calves are doing going forward. I've been a bit slow at doing videos recently. I've been flat out at all different things, but we're back on now, and welcome back to the channel. They're smashing calves there, aren't they? Those 3 there, lovely. Good calf, big tall boy there too.